Hello, hi everyone. Welcome back to Kwala, a Web3 workflow automation protocol. Today, we will create a workflow for new user onboarding where the user data is being stored on blockchain and sends a welcome message to the user as well. Now, coming to what is the utility of this workflow? Through user onboarding and welcome workflow, you can create use cases on credential issuance and verification receipts. Other than that, you can automate regulatory flows. You can store that data as a proof on blockchain and notify the user. Also, you can use this kind of workflow for adding a few default protection settings to the user account as well. So let's begin with our today's use case on user onboarding with default protection settings on MetaMask. Now, whenever any data has to go through the smart contract to registered wallet account, it will have to face the default protection check first. So before we start with Kwala, let me walk you through the smart contract first. So here is our user onboarding smart contract. And as you can see, we have our function name onboard user, which already has a few default protection settings. You can have it as a separate function as well. I have added in this particular function only. So here, this function onboard user is going to emit an event named user onboarded with parameters such as user wallet address, Telegram ID, and a few default protection settings. Other than that, we have another function named update protection settings, which gives an option to user to update their default protection settings that the admin has already given. So for this particular feature, we will create workflow separately. For now, I have already deployed this smart contract on Polygon Amoy. So let's proceed with our Kwala workflows over here. So let's go to Kwala, click to start building. Go to my workflows and I'm going to create a new workflow over here. And we'll use workflow builder for the ease. So this particular workflow is going to be for new user onboarding. And here the trigger is going to be the event named user onboarded. And the action is going to be, first of all, the Telegram API link where it's going to send the welcome message. And our second action is going to be a call, which is going to trigger this update protection setting. So let's proceed with our workflow. So my workflow name is going to be here user onboarding. And I'll go to the next steps. I want to execute it immediately. That means the action is going to work at least once. And for repeat every, it's going to be the event. And my event name is here going to be user onboarding. So I'm going to add all the details of the smart contracts. First of all, I have to add the smart contract address. And here I have deployed the smart contract on Amoy Polygon. So I'm going to add chain ID. So here my recurring event is going to be user onboarded. So I'm going to add the details. So the event name is going to be user onboarded, and I'm going to fix this particular field as per the requirement. It's going to be only data types with no spaces. Okay, so this is our recurring event name with the right format. And since it's a new smart contract, it cannot automatically fetch the APIs. So I have to manually add a whole smart contract over here. And as you can see, it has automatically extracted the APIs. Now I'm going to add the expires in detail. So I want this workflow to work for next 1 hour. So I'm going to add the details according to my time zone. For the notifications, the URL is going to be the Kwala one. And I'm going to click to next. Now for the action, we are going to have two actions. The first one is going to be the post call to Telegram. So this is my Telegram API ID. So here in the payload, I have added the chat ID. You can also add the Telegram ID directly. And for the text, I have added as, "Hey Himanshi, welcome on board." So this is going to be the message that I'll be receiving on my Telegram. So I'm going to click to next and let's shoot this workflow. Firstly, I have to check all the details on YAML. Now let's compile this workflow. It's saved as well. Now let's deploy this workflow to Kwala. The deployment will take a few seconds. So it's deployed now. It's time to activate this YAML. So the workflow is activated now, and I must get at least one Telegram message. "Hi Himanshi, welcome onboarded." So as we have selected the option execute after as immediate, so at least one action will get performed immediately. Then repeat every will get on work where the event has to be triggered. So let's call our smart contract on remix. Now we have come to onboard user, and I'm gonna add a test wallet's address, and I'm gonna add my Telegram ID. So right now it's not interconnected. In fact, I have used a separate bot for it, but you can actually work it out while handling the backend. So as for this demo, I have enough phone to execute this transaction. So I'm gonna transact it. Okay, so the transaction is confirmed. And let's check our Telegram. So I have received the message as, "Hi Himanshi, welcome on board." And as you can see, now it's working based on trigger. Right now, for the demo purpose, I have added only one action as a Telegram notifier, but you can add another action type as well for updating the permissions. So update. So I'm going to add another action over here. Let's say update default permission. And this is going to be a call to smart contract. So here my smart contract address is going to be the exact same one. And my function name, function update protection settings. So I'm gonna add the details over here. So here the format is function, function's name, data type, and the variable. So I'm gonna add the details. So here is the function, function name, data type, and the variable. And the chain ID here is Amoy. So here I can add the target parameters accordingly. So let's say I want to change some details. for a particular wallet address. So I'm going to add this wallet address, and I'm going to add the variables that I want to pass. So let's say for scam blocker, I don't want scam blocker. So I'm going to add false. And for gas optimizer, I'm going to do true. And for portfolio monitoring, I don't want it. So I'm going to go for false. So as per the default protection settings, my default scam protector is true. Default gas optimizer is true. Portfolio is also true. Portfolio monitoring is also true. So I want to change these preferences, and I can directly do it with Kwala. So this is just another option that you can opt for. And other than that, you can also go for a separate workflow to attend this particular function separately. So here the action is going to be the user action, and it's gonna emit this particular event, and it's gonna send you a Telegram notification with updated protection settings. So this is another action that you can perform simultaneously. This is another workflow for you. Now you can create several other use cases using this as a template. Until then, keep trying it yourself and stay tuned for more such use cases on Kwala. Thank you.